was gonna film this video the other day. I don't like this shadow. I was gonna film this video the other day, and my roommate was being too loud at like literally 3 in the morning, so I had to stop. But we're back. Let me see if I can fix the lighting real quick. Okay, we're gonna be at a slight angle, and I'm getting really hot in this robe. It's like really thick and scritchy. I got it from Star Wars Land at Disneyland. It's awesome, and I love it. It's the best thing, best purchase. Thank you, Mom. Thank you to my mom. Water. I was gonna make this a drinking ramble, or well, I was gonna drink at the same time while I talked about horror movies, but I don't really want to get drunk. I haven't drank in a long time, probably since the last drinking video I did, so I don't know. Okay, well, let's start. I gotta take this off, I'm sorry. I hope I'm not showing too much skin. Okay. Gonna edit that out, don't let me forget. Okay, I wrote things down in my book. Yes, I did. Horror movies I want to talk about. So, I had to wait for my computer to turn off because I accidentally touched it and it turned back on. So, okay. First movie is the most recent one I watched. It's called The Substance. I heard a lot about it. I heard a lot of people liked it, and I didn't really think I'd like it, so I didn't watch it. But then I saw RLS ASMR make a video talking about it, and I was like, yeah, I guess I'll just watch it if I'm watching this. So I watched it, and it was really weird. I'm not going to give any spoilers because I think if you haven't watched it, I kind of want you to watch it and not know anything about it because it's just fucking absurd what occurs. But like the main highlight of it is the ending. The last half hour is like so unnecessary and over the top and like this crazy change in direction of the film, and it's just like abysmal and awful and hilarious all at the same time. So I'd recommend you watch it. Like up until the ending, it was pretty normal, I guess, just like a regular horror film that's like pretty high budget and shot very modernly. Like everything is like A24 shit these days. I don't even know if A24 made it, probably, who knows. But yeah, the ending was just crazy, and if you are interested in a movie like that, indulge, feel free. Okay, I'm also going to not, this isn't a disclaimer, no, what am I talking about? It's just a description of why I am the way I am. Lazy bird lore. I grew up watching horrific things on the internet. I was born at the wrong time for watching like terrible things on like terrible evil websites when I was younger. When I was like I don't know, I'm not gonna get into it, but I saw things that I kind of wish I didn't see, but they sort of, no, I like being kind of desensitized to things because I feel like it'll help me if I ever get attacked by a crazy person. I think I'll stay calm and react well. Anyways, just thinking. So yeah, I'm not really entertained by like bad horror movies. I kind of like horror movies that are more like realistic and like what a real like psychotic person would do to someone else, like real violence, real like creativity in certain areas of horror films. I don't know. And combat, the combat has to be realistic, but anyways, yeah, whatever. Next movie, everybody. Next movie. We're gonna talk about Martyrs, Martyrs. It is a movie about goes. It's not very scary. It's decently realistic and like, well, it is a little scary, I guess. I would not want to be in that situation, and some women in that film who are, because there's other women held captive, they're not kept in the greatest elements. Like, one of them has this metal, like, mask over her face, like, so she can't see shit, you know, and she's kept in darkness, and it's just, it's bad. But, yeah, it's a pretty freaky movie. It's very, gory and violent, so if you're into that, like, higher tier of horror movies, then, you know, go for it. But if you don't like that, don't fucking watch that one. The next movie, we're gonna talk about something chill, okay? Fire in the Sky. I'm trying to be very, like, diverse with what I talk about. I don't want to talk about shit you guys already know, you know? Fire in the Sky is not a horror movie. It's not scary. But there are aliens, and there's this one scene, so don't watch the movie. Who gives a shit about the movie? Go on YouTube, look up Fire in the Sky, alien abduction scene. And, it's just, you know, another situation I would not want to be in. I don't want to be held captive by aliens. I don't want them strapping me down. I don't want them, like, you know, like, putting goo in my mouth and putting shit on my face and my body and, you know, like, touching me and probing me, you know, and then they put a big needle in this guy's eye, and it's like, don't want that to happen to me. But if I was there, those aliens would be done. They'd be done, trust me. But yeah, just watch the clip on YouTube if you feel like it. It's kind of funny. My friend Andrew used to be really scared of aliens. He thought they were real. Because I was gonna make up some story, but never mind. Okay, next movie. Jordan Peele trilogy. Get Out. Us. Nope. I love those movies. Jordan Peele, thank God for you. Those are horror movies that are good. They're not exactly horror. They're more like, what's the fucking word? Some like brain thing. They make you think. Okay, they're outside of the box. They're shot beautifully. They're written beautifully, and they're like very abstract ideas that no one's really thought of before. And I love the creativity, and I love the acting. I love the casts. I love everything about those movies. I saw Nope in theaters. My friends and I was the designated driver before we saw it in theaters, so I was sober, not doing anything. My friends we were all in the park, and they were smoking. It was probably like 8 of us, but I was not, because I had to drive, and I will never ever drive under the influence, because fuck that. It's probably terrifying, and dangerous, but you know, it's terrifying, so I wouldn't do it. Anyways, we were in the woods, and they were smoking, and I was chilling, waiting to go to this damn movie, and the cops came. 2 cops walked up in the woods. They hit everything. We hit everything really fast, and we started talking to the cops, and then we told them we were gonna go see the movie Nope, and they were like, oh, that's cool, blah, 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 blah. And, yeah, then they let us go, and right when I walked out of sight, I just booked it, and my friends were, like, a little bit behind me, and some of them booked it too, but my friend Jackson, my dear roommate, I'm pretty sure he threw his pen in the bush, and, it disappeared forever, but they didn't even search us, so, yeah, anyways. Nope, we went to see Nope, and it was really, really good. I was, surprised by how decent it was and how much I liked it. I thought the way it was shot was beautiful, and I thought the story was great, and I loved the actors, and, it wasn't very scary, but it was, like, mysterious, you know, so you're, like, thinking, what is going on? Nope is very good. I like Nope. I do like Us a lot, too. Us is very good. And Get Out is very good. They all have their own sort of, like, comical sense to them. Comical aspects, which is another thing that I like. Okay, next movie. Saw. Everybody nothing about it was interesting. It was just terrible. Never, ever, ever watch that film. Saw X, do not watch that. Watch Saw 2, 3, or 4, or 6. I think. I don't know. I like how creative it is with like the traps. I always thought like the reverse bear trap was sick as hell. How it would like that, you know. And then I like the Venus flytrap where it was like that, but it would squish you instead of rip you, you know. Sorry, I hope you're not turned off by evil, violent speak. My apologies. But yeah, I just like the creativity. And they had Roderick from Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and he killed the guy by injecting him with like 20 syringes of sulfuric acid, some sort of acid. That's funny. But those movies are pretty shitty. They're pretty low budget and shitty writing and acting, but they're still fun, you know. Next movie. Tusk / Human Centipede. These movies are notorious. Everybody knows these. Less people know Tusk than Human Centipede, but still, a lot of people know Tusk. They're just classic, like, evil Dr. Man does evil experiment to neutral, slightly worse than neutral people. Just like, for no reason. So yeah, Human Centipede, you know, making 3 people into one being using surgical skills, I guess. And that's pretty. I would not want to be that unless I was in the front or the back. That's a joke. God, I already know someone's gonna say something weird in the comments about gooning and me being in the back of the Centipede. But now that I said that, someone's gonna write it. So they're scary movies. They're not scary, they're shitty, and they're dumb. But it's something you watch and you think, man, someone could probably do that out there. There's probably some crazy person doing some equivalent thing, turning people, he's out there stealing people and welding them into one giant, like, Power Rangers mega robot thing. Would you rather, here's a question, would you rather be transformed into a walrus like Tusk, or would you rather be in the front of the Human Centipede? No, that's too easy. Would you rather be in the middle of the Centipede? Let me know in the comments. Tusk is scary though. I would not want to be turned into a big walrus and, you know, have to fight this other old head in a walrus costume in battle. Like, I'd like to fight as a walrus. I'll be honest. I would like that. I would like to fight a walrus as a walrus, but I would not like to be the walrus. Anyways. Next movie. Smile. This movie, I didn't really like it at all. But here's a good story. Freshman year of college, okay, I was 18. It was my first month of college. I met this girl at my school, and we went on a date with her and her friend, and these, like, 3 dudes who her friend was friends with, or 2 dudes, and we were gonna go see Smile, and we were gonna pre-game it. So we went down, her friend drove us, her female friend drove us, and she drove like a Prius minivan, one of those long ass Priuses, and I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. And we went and pre-gamed at like a beach. We drove to the beach and sat in the car, and she brought a whole fucking bong in her car, and she was ripping the goddamn bong, and I was like, oh my god, you're driving, you cleared like 3 bowls, chill the fuck out, you're gonna kill us. I don't support doing that, but I was 18, first month of college. I didn't want to, like, you know, I was just like, you know, people are like this, I guess. Then I had to hit the bong, okay? I had to hit it. I didn't smoke much at all. But, you know, I didn't want to look stupid in front of my chick, so I hit it a little bit, and it was legal. I once had my weed card, what are you doing to me? And I was like laughing my ass off. I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to tell my friends about this. And yeah, the movie wasn't very scary and I didn't really like it. It was unrealistic. She was a mental health professional and didn't deal with anything how I would have. So, smile, main character, you suck. Next movie. Sinister. This one's a classic. Everyone's seen Sinister. It's one of the like generic horror movies that everyone knows that I actually like. I do really like it. I like it's very creepy. I like how unique it is with like the old film of the scary man on it. I like the old films that they find. I thought that was like a cool aspect that made it scary because I forget like how it worked, but like the main demon evil guy who was on like the cover of the movie, he was like haunting the family or some shit, or like kind of what's the word? What's the slang term I'm trying to think of, guys? Plotting. He was plotting on the family. Yeah, you see that? That was good. He was plotting on the family, and they found like the footage of other families who were plotted on before, like being, you know, killed in crazy ways, and they're like, holy shit. But I feel like they didn't put two and two together, and they didn't really do anything about it because the main character was an author and he wanted to write a scary book about the goddamn house. It doesn't need to be like totally the truth, you know, it's a fucking horror book or whatever. Anyways, but I really liked that movie, and I liked it, and I liked it. That's the end of the ones that I have written down, so I'm gonna go off the dome. Let's think. Let me take a sip of water. Scary movies. Scary movies. Oh. When I was younger, I saw paranormal, like something, wait, what's it called? Paranormal Activity. And then like the marked ones, I think. And that wasn't very scary, but it's always been in my mind. I don't know why. I don't really remember anything. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but this made me remember The Visit. Have you seen The Visit? This one's a classic, okay? Two kids go to visit their old head grandparents, and it turns out they're not their grandparents. They're random people from a nursing home who are crazy, and I don't know. But yeah, that movie is pretty funny. It's not very good at all. It's not very scary, but it's pretty funny. There's some very funny things that happen. If you're 14, go watch The Visit. If you're 14, unsubscribe. I'm just kidding. That made me think of another movie. Oh, I'm thinking of another. Oh, I see it now. Christmas horror movie. Now the Christmas horror movies are fucking awesome. I love shitty holiday scary films, such as the following. Krampus. I like Krampus. It's very funny. Well, it's not funny. Yeah, it's not very good. I don't know. It's just, you gotta watch it around holidays. Around the holiday season. Sorry guys, it's late. But yeah, it's pretty funny and kind of good and, well, not good. Interesting, character design, I guess. Annoying ass family. I don't even know what I would have done if I was in that goddamn house. I would have flipped my shit. I'd rather spend time with Krampus than with that family. But yeah, there was another Christmas one, I forget. I think it's, no. I don't remember, but we used to always watch it with my dad, and it was like a classic. It was really funny. I remember there was an elf named like Shiny or some bullshit, and Santa like killed him, but then it turned out Santa was like a schizophrenic mall Santa who killed a bunch of people in the mall, but he thought he was real Santa killing evil elves. So it's like, what the fuck is going on? I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, I forget what it's called though, sorry. Maybe like the Christmas, the bad and scary Christmas. I bet I don't really want other people to see them or know that I've seen them, because they're very questionable. Like, you can go on Reddit and find like the horror movie iceberg and see like this like tier list of horror movies, and then eventually like halfway through they just turn into like snuff films and like just like kind of gross shit that, you know, isn't healthy for your brain to like see, you know. So I wouldn't recommend watching those, but I mean, I don't know. I would not recommend. But it does show you some. Oh yeah. Let's jump off that topic and talk about Hereditary. Everyone's seen fucking Hereditary. Everyone swears by it. It's the greatest scary movie ever. It is up there, but only because no one makes good horror movies. Hereditary is very good. But when it's in a like genre of film that is notoriously known, or is notorious for being shitty, you know, it's easy to be the best. But it is really good. I do like it a lot. I can't lie. I do like mainstream films sometimes, guys. I also like Midsummer. That's not really a horror movie, but it's similar to Hereditary in my head, I guess. My hair is pissing me off, guys. I'm getting really mad at it right now. It's too long and fluffy and perfect. Let's think here. Alien movies. Scary alien movies. They don't make scary alien movies. I think that's one of my life goals, is to make a scary alien movie. You know, it could be cool. My friends and I were going to make this movie called The Wolfman, and it was going to be beautiful, and we've talked about it for fucking years. And then A24 comes out with The Wolfman right when we're thinking about producing it. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? There's a whistleblower in my group, in my circle, and they told A24 about The Wolfman, and you know what they did? They botched it. That movie looks like fucking piss, and I hate it. I don't need to see it because I fucking hate it. House of a Thousand Corpses. I talked about this movie in my last video. I mentioned it. It's not a good movie. It's it's not super graphic, but there's graphic occurrences, and it's kind of just gross and stupid. Because, you know, Rob Zombie, it's like a look into his mind. Great guy, you know, but, you know, kind of fucked in the head. But I liked the movie. I liked it, okay? I like the designs. I like how Dr. Satan looks. He's this big, like, creepy bird man with syringes and scalpels. He's all scary. And, some other people were pretty freaky in that movie. I liked it. One movie that I reference a lot is, The Hills Have Eyes. That's a pretty shitty movie, but I like it. I like, the idea of scary people in the wilderness, not the wilderness, in the middle of nowhere. A scary family who, you know, keeps their wealth within the family via incest. You know, a lot of incest in that family, which creates lots of mutations, physically and mentally, I guess, for the offspring. You know how it goes. Yeah, and I don't know. There's this guy in it named Big Brain, I think, and he's got this really big, like, mutated head. He thinks he's all smart, but he's in a wheelchair, I think, and he's sitting there, as he does, immobile, and, like, gets fucking eaten by a German Shepherd or some shit, and I don't know. I thought that was cool. Very interesting movie, strange undertones, a lot of, like, American symbolism, I don't know. But, good movie. I like referencing it a lot. I like talking about Hills Have Eyes people. Oh yeah, but that made me think of a movie that actually scared me, and this makes me think of another one, so hopefully I remember it after I discuss this one. But it's called House of Wax. House of Wax. And chair with and screw them to the chair, and they couldn't move. They could only move their eyes, and then he would spray hot wax on them, or no, he'd shave them, or wax them, or shave them, and then he'd put wax on them, and they'd be immobile, and the wax would fuse to their skin, and it's gross, and they'd be in a wax museum, and they'd be alive, until they weren't. And I didn't like that movie because there's some scary scenes in it, and it freaked me out as a youngster. But it's not a very good movie. It's very slow paced. You just kind of gotta skip through the goddamn movie to get to see all the good stuff, But that reminds me, I'm just lacing this story with funny stories, I guess, from my life. In 3rd grade, every morning we would have half an hour to talk to our friends and sit on the floor and put puzzles together. And there were clown puzzles for some reason, and I hate clowns. I've been scared of clowns for fucking ever since Moxie the Clown, that's her name, Moxie the Clown, came to my birthday party when I was maybe 4 years old and scared the fucking shit out of me, and I cried and cried and cried and cried and cried, and now I hate clowns, and that's just how it works. I didn't like the clown in Zombieland, the zombie clown in Zombieland. I was so happy when Jesse Eisenberg smashed his fucking brain in with a big mallet. And I just don't like clowns, man. What was I talking about? It. Not the new one, the original. The movie isn't scary, but the Pennywise from the original It movie freaked me the hell out, dude. His face is just so scary and creepy, and his hair, and the expressions he makes, it's like Bill Skarsgård is conventionally hot, he's a hot, good looking guy, but old Pennywise was fucking freaky as hell, and I didn't like him, and he had these big evil teeth he would bear, big fangs when he got real close to Georgie, and he was like chill out. Everyone calm down. But yes, I didn't like that movie, and I'm still scared of clowns. I'm not scared, actively scared. Maybe if there's he'd have to be a genetically modified clown that I couldn't beat up, he'd have to be some sort of mutant monster creature. That would be scary. But a regular clown, I could probably best one in mutual combat. Alright, I'm gonna think of one more movie because this video's getting long. But I'm having fun. I'm liking talking about this. I hope you guys like it too. Let's think here, guys. Let's think. Oh, I wanna end it on a good one. One that I really do like. It's not very shitty. It's a little shitty, but that's okay. It's in a good way. It's called It Follows. This movie is very dear to me. Not really. I just saw it when I was in 6th grade, and my friend Van put me on. It was pretty cool. But it's a really good movie. I like the concept. And it's symbolic. It symbolizes STDs or something. I don't know. That's what people say. But it's this creature. Alright. Say you just banged this chick, okay? Say you're me and you just banged this chick, okay? Sorry for talking like this. It's late. Say you're me and you just banged this broad, okay? And you kick her out of the house, alright? And then you go to sleep. You wake up to a text and she says, oh, by the way, something is gonna follow you and try to kill you, so watch out. And it can transform into looking like anything. It can shapeshift into someone you know and shit, but it won't talk. It'll just walk towards you, So she texts me that, then I'm like, oh shit. And then she texts me, only way to get rid of it is to bang someone else. I don't know why I put myself in that scenario. I don't know why I didn't just explain the plot, but you guys get it now. That's what matters. So the thing follows this girl because some guy gave it to her, and she has to fight it off and run from it and then give it to someone else. And it's a pretty good movie. I like it. It's entertaining and it's fun and I like it and I like it. Okay. L posture. Everyone comment L posture. Just kidding. Don't say that. I live streamed Fortnite the other day on my YouTube channel, so you know, in the future, keep your eyes out for if I live stream because sometimes I might. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. I love you all. Please comment whatever you know you want. Suggest some horror movies. Follow my Instagram at LazyBirdASMR. I love you guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I will see you later.